Furbies with too many eyes, Webkinz that never really log off, Tamagotchis that get a little too personal.
Oh.
If that just activated something in your brain, today's book is for you. So today we're covering Kassidy Van Gundy's Cursed Images.
Cursed Images.
So this is another one, and I know that I constantly say that I'm picking these for you, but I do actually kind of pick them with you in mind, because this one is a collection of short stories, which is scary stories from a child of the internet.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's got an awesome, and I threw a bookmark. Got a super awesome cover. Ooh.
Yeah, I love this cover.
I know, I love this cover.
This is one of my favorite covers that you've shown me.
And look how cute she is. She's amazing and adorable.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And she's just a lovely, lovely person too, but I love this cover art as well.
That is fantastic.
This is a fantastic one.
It gives me 80s kind of.
Well, this one's early 2000s. And we'll kind of get into that too, because.
Oh, yeah, because of the computer.
Right. And
that's one of those Mac with the iMac.
Exactly. She's doing more of these. She has another one out already, but she's doing more of them. And each one is going to be a different decade. And that is exactly why, besides this just being awesome and Kassidy being amazing, I just thought that this would really tickle your fancy.
Well, you know what does it? You know what puts me in the 80s?
Yeah.
These look almost like evil zombie Nagel hands.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it is the Nagel hands. You're right.
Is it?
Yeah, it is that very delicate. But I think some of even the early 2000s had this weird 90s holdover. It's like the hangover of the 90s, and the 90s were the hangover of the 80s, and so on and so forth. So you get some of the imagery that repeats there too, which I think is kind of fun.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. But you love technology. We were children that grew up with a very analog childhood. And then obviously a very digital adulthood, extremely,
I was thinking about this the other day, that we have gone through so many different.
It's insane.
Iterations.
And in such a
pager, cell phone.
Yes.
No.
Did you
internet. Pager.
Right.
Cell phone.
Well, okay, so before the internet, there was still the home computer that not everyone had with MS-DOS. And I had the first computer game I had was a Star Trek computer game. And it was 3 pixels in a trench coat.
Yeah, sure.
And it was amazing. And I didn't get past the first level because it was ridiculously hard because they hadn't learned how to let you win yet in video games, really. And then Maze Wars, which came with the computer somehow, but you had to get into it with DOS. So C/D//
And funny enough, as I am the technology side of everything, my father's a Luddite and refused to have any computers in the house until I finally got him to get one when I was 16.
Because you took apart yours.
16? Yeah, 16.
Because we've told that story.
Have we?
We've told the nice folks the story about.
Oh, geez.
There's probably.
I'm senile.
Okay, so there is probably at Dell headquarters. There is a picture of you. There's a picture of you.
Don't let this man buy a computer.
This man is not allowed in the building. He's not allowed to call us. They probably have a restraining order against you.
Yeah.
That's how much.
It would be so funny if somebody.
You could never do that these days.
No. No, not at all. But then again, the resources that are out there these days didn't exist in that day.
Right. Somebody's done a YouTube video on it.
YouTube wasn't even in existence.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. All of the resources that one would think to utilize today, the iFixit board, Reddit, and any of this stuff, none of this existed.
Yeah. Even how we got this podcast together, figuring out what platforms and how to do things, all of that was internet research.
Yep.
And then obviously your technical know-how too. But
And my technical know-how is duct tape and, silly string.
Right. And, we came from an era where if you wanted to know something, you went and looked in an encyclopedia.
Right.
Or you went to the library and did the Dewey Decimal System and found your stuff. And there was 4 books and you had to read all through them. So it was really fun for me to go back to a period of when we were just barely adults. And technology was there, but it was still kind of herky-jerky.
Sure.
And wasn't fully not everyone had everything.
We were in the Model T era.
Exactly. Yeah. They were around. They were pretty normal, but it wasn't the saturation point that you have now. And that's what I thought was really, really cool about this.
When somebody tells me they don't have a home computer, I go, whoa.
But I don't think anybody has a home computer anymore. They just have laptops.
Well, that's a home computer.
Well, yeah, nowadays, right.
What I'm saying is when somebody tells me they don't have a laptop, a computer, anything at home,
but
their
now
only piece of technology is their cell phone.
Or a tablet, yeah.
Or a tablet.
Right. And I think that's getting more and more popular, too. Like, who wants to drag this around? When you can
home?
Yeah, if you have a screen, nobody cares.
I suppose.
Some people don't care. But I did want to do a quick surprise before we get into the book.
Yes.
We got book mail.
We like surprises.
We got book mail.
Book mail.
Right. So I hope that this is actually the thing that, he sent me, not some secret surprise, because I have not opened this yet. So we have a P.O. box. And if you would like to send us stuff, you can send it to, what is this? Spooky Frog, 1603 East Oklahoma Avenue, P.O. Box 070210, Milwaukee, 53207.
People of the Frog Cult.
Yes.
Send us all the weird things.
Send us all the weird things. Yes. I have a P.O. box. It fits a few different things in it. Oh, okay. So this is safe so far. But yeah, send us stuff. And so
what's in the box?
So we got sent.
Oh.
We got a special gift from Jasper the Clown and Lenore Watts. So we got Clown. So this is like historical.
Is this a German clown?
Kind of. So it's historical clown fiction.
Und Clown.
And, right. So and the illustrations are fantastic. Like look how creepy this is.
That's super
That
creepy.
is fantastic. I love it. And I love the carnival vibe. I love that it's going to be historical. I'm very, very excited to read this. So,
I love it.
But yes, thank you, Lenore and Jasper the Clown. This is going to go into our rotation at some point. So I'm very excited. So yes, if you want us to unbox something on the pod, send it.
Please.
We'll put the P.O. box in the show notes. Whatever that thing is. Your scissors literally just fell apart.
Yeah. They're meant to do that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, those are the cooking shears.
Oh,
you grabbed that from my...
Sure, I did. Because you know what? I was tired and I didn't have my knife on me like I normally do. And I'm going to put down these.
Yeah, because I can fix that.
Yeah.
I'll fix that later. Thank you for the new project.
You know what? That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
I feel like I do create more projects for you the more I'm involved in your life. Because we've got...
Sam, I love you anyway.
Thank you. Because I'm not going to stop. So it's really beneficial that you're on the board.
You'll get all the payback when I need to go for my colonoscopy. Later in life. And you're pushing me around in a wheelchair.
I took you for the one medical appointment.
Yeah.
And you were insane.
Yeah.
I wanted to strap you down somewhere. And she's like, you need to stay.
When I get nervous and when I get agitated,
agitated?
I just become more.
Okay, well, yes. So that was...
I deal with it by going, oh, God.
When you went in, yes, you were you.
Yeah.
And then when you came out, you were a little bit drugged.
Sure.
And real feisty, but also wandering. Like wandering everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what to do with you. You made me take you to Glorioso's.
Fuck yeah, I did. Oh, you're talking about the vasectomy.
Yes. And I was like,
I was so lost.
Out of it. So he's trying to cross the street because he insisted he wanted a muffaletta. And so, of course, I take him to get to muffaletta because he's done his debt to society at this point.
Yeah.
And he's crossing the street and just wandering around. And I'm like, it's like trying to care for a dementia patient. And just
well, I was out of it.
You were. And I was trying to steer you, but you didn't want to be steered. You didn't want to be directed. So I had to kind of pretend that this is what you wanted to do. We're going to get you the sandwich, buddy.
Yeah.
You want the sandwich? Who wants a sandwich? Who wants a muffaletta? And, the draw of Gloriosos did help with this. And then I was like, I dropped you off and I was like, here's an ice pack and you need to lie down. And
do you know the rest of the story?
I do know the rest of the story. That's why I'm saying this. I gave him an ice pack. I put him on the couch. I told him to lie down and stay. And I'm like, if you go anywhere, I'm going to be pissed. Not that this matters. And this will come up in a second. I'm like, you need to stay. They told you to stay.
Yeah.
If I need to stay here
it's
to make you stay.
It's supposed to be bed rest.
Yes. And so I think I even said, do I need to sit here and babysit you? And you're like, no, I'm just going to go to sleep. And I'm like, He's not going to go to sleep. So I leave, knowing full well what is about to happen. You don't tell me, but other people tell me of you. Somehow it's like midnight and you're getting tossed back and forth in a windowless van.
Yeah.
And that's just.
Well, I was like, I got a call from some friends and they were all like, we're going to Sabbatic, which is a little local punk bar that we go and hang at. And I was like,
it's like my favorite place ever because it's hilarious.
Yes, wow. It's impressively bad.
It is impressively bad to the point where you're like, they have to try to make it like this, which is why I love Sabbatic. But anyways.
So friends call. They say, hey, you should go out. I'm like, no, I really got to stay close to home. I just got this thing. I'm drugged.
The same way other people. And since you had pain medication, you definitely weren't feeling any pain.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm telling them like, I'm not supposed to drink. And I hear the siren call. And then my buddy says something that still I think about today and is hilarious today as it was then. And it's, as the crow flies, you're only a couple of miles from home.
This is the best logic ever.
I know. And a guy who's on drugs who's like,
doesn't have the capacity. Really.
Yeah. And I'm just like, yeah. That's true.
Okay, so first you actually did text me and you're like, don't be mad, I'm going to X-ray.
Oh, it was X-ray. You're right.
Yeah.
No.
But then you left later to go somewhere else.
I went to X-ray because X-ray is even closer.
Okay, so this was the first portion of the evening that was to come because there was much more in the store.
So I go to X-ray and then I was talked into going
and he's
to
like,
Sabbatic.
I promise I'm just going to sit in this chair.
Yeah.
I promise I'm just going to sit on the bar stool. I'm like,
and I did that. I sat there on the bar stool.
For like 5 minutes.
And that's where they told me about the bird.
Yeah. And then you're like, now I got to go here. And then somehow you ended up in a van.
So I went to Sabbatic and it was, it was kind of dead. But we were all hanging out. We were having some drinks.
Was it just like a random weekday or something?
Yeah, it was random. I don't know if it was a weekday. No, it was Friday.
That's still a weekday, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's Friday evening because I was going to have the whole weekend to be, downtown.
Which makes sense, yeah.
So I'm there and a buddy of mine walks up and says, we're going to Mad Planet. Get in the van. And I start laughing.
You know what, though?
He doesn't know my situation, so I go.
You know what? If somebody was like, get in the van, we're going to Mad Planet, I would have to get in the van.
And I love a van. Like, you know how much I love a van.
Love a van.
I love a van.
I do like a van too. And given the same circumstance, I would have gotten in the van.
So it's me, Lydia, Nate.
Of course. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
And a couple of other friends, but most notably those two. And
we love you both dearly. By the way.
We love you guys. We get into, and then I get to the van, and the guy rolls open the door, and there's no seats.
Right.
And
why would there be?
And at this point, I'm like, this is a terrible idea. As we're all laughing, and we get into the van, and I'm already 3 beers in.
Right.
On medication, I should have 0 beers on. So we go out to Mad Planet.
All my ladies will appreciate the fact that, like, you guys get all of the good drugs. We get like, hey, your arm's dangling off, but like,
here's some Advil.
Here's some Advil, and have you tried losing weight?
Well, yeah, right.
Like, have you tried eating vegetables?
Yeah.
So, anyways, continue.
Ended up in Mad Planet.
Yeah. Which to be fair, there's couches there.
Yeah.
Did you use them?
No, I started dancing immediately.
Of course, exactly.
Yeah.
I said that because I wanted to make that point to the audience.
Fair.
Just so they know how feral you actually were at that
fair.
moment.
So the guy that said get in the van was one of the motorcycle repair guys here in Milwaukee.
Oh.
One of the better known punk.
Okay, yeah. Was that repair. When you threw the gummy dicks?
No, that was another night.
That was another night. Okay.
Yeah, that was after I got back from the vasectomy because I got a couple of.
The fact that like we have to just like even discern between
which gummy dick we're talking about.
Yeah. Right. But no, the gummy dick thing that I sent you had nothing to do
with vasectomy.
No, I just sent you.
Oh yeah, for a while we were just sending each other dicks for a while.
Yeah, I just sent you a bag of dicks because why wouldn't I?
Yeah, I threw it out the van at like this,
and it hit one of our friends in the head.
Yeah.
Which was actually, they thought, they appreciated it. They thought it was really funny. So it's a gummy dick. It's not going to
Well, she asked for candy out of the van.
Right.
I threw a bag of dicks at her.
So that's your fault. That's your fault.
That's
and
on
you got
you.
Free candy out of it. And
that's on you.
Everybody's happy.
So I'm at Mad Planet.
Yeah.
And I'm dancing. And I just got out of this guy's van and he runs up to me and he goes, we're leaving right now. My buddy just got in an accident and we're going to go kick somebody's ass. Oh, and I'm like, I am not going anywhere.
And this is where you nope out of the whole van situation.
I'm like, no. You're like, I am high as a kite and I am a little drunk.
Yeah.
And I am vibing to the music. I am not going anywhere with you, sir. So Michelle Spicer actually took me home.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
Yeah, and that was really sweet of her. And that is my vasectomy story, and you should never do that.
I don't have a vasectomy story.
I was, I mean, I was a little sore the next day, but it was actually not bad.
No,
I had very little complications.
You don't feel pain in the way most people do.
Yeah, no.
So it's just one of those things. Like,
my problem is I get jolly.
Right.
Which is always a problem during tattoos.
Let's not talk about this. Mm-hmm. We're not going to talk about this.
And fights.
Right. Yeah. We're not going to.
Hit me again.
You know.
Do it.
Don't tell people this because then they will try. Like somebody's going to try. Somebody's going to find this years from now when people actually know who the heck we are in some alternate universe. And it's going to become a thing.
Hit me again, Ike. Put some stank on it.
Okay. This is what happens every time because we're exhausted every time we do this. Yeah. So what's funny is like it's 8:30 at night.
Yeah.
So we record these on Tuesday nights. You see them on Thursday nights. And it's like we've come off of the weekend usually pretty busy. You more so than me. We had Dead Stars.
Oh, yeah.
On Friday, which was amazing.
Was crazy.
I loved that. Loved
it. It was great. The vibes were amazing.
Played London After Midnight. I was very happy. I was very happy. Because Kiss was on that one like goth compilation CD that I think I stole from Sam Goody like back in 1996 or something. So I was very happy to like relive my childhood there. But that era is kind of this era too.
I love this.
Yes. So the Dead Stars era, it kind of all works in conjunction. So we are actually going to talk about the book sooner than we normally do. Look at this. We're actually like doing something. We're actually on time.
I love it.
So since it's short stories, I just want to kind of give a very brief overview of each one because I think you are going to really go just like head over heels. So the book opens up with Y2K and introduction. So we went through obviously Y2K and all of the chaos surrounding that. And that's what that first story captures is that entire unknown because the internet was so new at that point. Nobody understood it. And the story actually goes into that because there's a computer person that's actually working on Y2K stuff in this story. And they're trying to explain to other people, like, it's not as bad as you think. Like, all the nukes aren't going to go off and all this and that. And you've just got some, like, rabid people that are terrified. But that is how it was. Like, this was a big deal when we were young. Like, people thought that the world was going to end.
Right.
And it was insane. And I don't think people really like understand the kind of chaos and paranoia and anxiety that was happening at that time. So that one was really interesting. Very strong opening. Goes right into then the Tamagotchi effect. Which did you have a Tamagotchi?
You know what's funny? I was just looking up Tamagotchi apps.
Yeah, because now they have it. Yeah, they're back. I don't want an app. I want like the thing.
Yeah.
I don't want an app.
I
got enough apps.
I understand.
I'm done with apps.
I feel you.
Sick of like, I have to like now you have to have an app for the grocery store to get any of the things. I'm like, I don't want an app. I just want to like, why can't you just like, put my phone number in or like, why are we?
I will tell you the Sam's Club app I absolutely adore.
But I don't go to Sam's Club.
And it's because I can go to Sam's Club. I scan my groceries as I go through the store and I click buy. And I talk to no one. I wait in no lines.
That I could deal with.
I talk to no humans.
That I could deal with.
I see no one. No one will bother me or talk to me, and I can keep my headphones on, and I never even engage with anyone. And when you go through, and now they have an RFID tunnel that basically reads the groceries that you just purchased.
So you can't steal the extra ones?
You can't do it.
Well, that's lame.
Yeah, I know, because it reads it as it goes through.
But
you know what? I'll tell you,
Let me take the grapes. Let me just take the grapes.
The trade-off.
I'm kidding.
Phenomenal.
Don't steal from the grocery store.
Steal.
If you are stealing food.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Just so we're all aware.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, but if you do, no, you didn't.
In this scenario, I would not, just because of the luxury of not having to talk to anyone in the store.
So
I don't want to have an engaging conversation with anyone who's touching
nobody
my
does anymore.
groceries.
And that's actually what I like about Gen Z is like, they're not having the conversation with you.
Yeah.
If they're having a conversation, they're having it with themselves about your stuff.
Yeah.
But you don't need to participate in this.
Yep.
Like, they're just doing their own thing, and you are not, like...
Is that because they're getting enough communication through their own...
Yes, but also there hasn't been... So since they were raised on the teat of technology, there's not the same social learning that happens where you didn't have an option other than to talk to the person that was next to you or to talk to the person online. Now, all of your social needs are already being taken care of. So when you were out in the real world, you have no need to do anything else. And, you know, like, I'm comfortable with that kind of thing, but I find myself, even just my Midwest polite and my retail polite from years ago, is trying to engage with people in a nice way, and they don't care.
Yeah, and what's really funny
really fun, though,
is in the 90s, especially late 90s, and then the 2000s, and even in the 2010s, there were so many articles out about the death of the polite conversation or the death of conversation. And it wasn't. It was the death of small talk.
And in-person conversations.
And, I mean, I'll bury small talk my goddamn self. I do, however.
I'm terrible at small talk. I never know what to say to people or ask people. I'm like, hey, so you like slugs?
I'm very good at small talk.
Because I like slug. Well, now I am, because I talk for a living. So as a recruiter, I have to just ask people questions, and now I've developed that skill. But like, usually it's like, so like, if you pet sharks the other way, they're kind of rough, like sandpaper, and everyone's like,
well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I actually enjoy. I like to subvert small talk.
Okay.
And Steph watching me do this with a lot of people.
Probably why we get along so well.
Yeah, I just make it as obscenely weird as humanly possible without crossing the line.
Right. We have to say weird things or we die.
Yeah.
We're compelled to do it.
Yes.
But I don't think Gen Z is. And so it's really interesting to watch the dynamic, but it is really cool when, like, they catch on to something that they like about something you did or are buying, and you feel real special because you got their attention for a second and you're not irrelevant to them. And you're like, you like me. You really like me. Because it really does take a lot to kind of like make an effect with them.
See, I don't know. I have a different situation with the youths.
Well, yes,
the youths,
because
they love me.
Right. Because of what we do. I'm talking about like when you're in the grocery store or whatever.
Oh, I guess I'm ignoring them as much as they're ignoring me.
Right. I feel like a boomer sometimes.
Hey,
because
get away from me. I see you often enough.
I'll go to pick up bugs for the frogs.
Yeah.
Because I have 10 frogs and they keep growing. And I'll be like, hey, how's it going? And they're just like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. I guess fuck me then. So, but back to our era of where we were comfortable. It goes into a story called Burned, which is about burned mix CDs.
Oh.
Except for sometimes they can have unintended consequences.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. But, you know, how many of us burned those CDs for people that we had crushes on, or that, you know, we just trading with our friends? And that's like making mixtapes and stuff isn't, I guess now there's playlists for people, but it doesn't have the same
In the year
vibe.
2017, I made a girl, the year of our Lord 2017, I made a mix tape for a girl that I had a crush on.
I love it.
And I handed it to her, and she went, oh, nice, and threw it in the back of her car.
Oh my God.
And I was just like,
oh my God.
Yay! And I'm like, all right. I see. And that was in here. I handed it to her at the beginning. Like we met at a festival.
Oh, no.
And then we were nearly indoctrinated into some religion. Like, we took a tour of a church. But the church was one room. So they basically sat us in a pew and told us why all of their popes make sense.
Did they have
and why they should join their cult.
Was there Flavor Aid?
Yeah. It was not a good time.
Do you remember those, like,
good food, though.
Those mini, they had food?
Yeah. It was a festival. So they literally had food.
Like St. Al's.
It was a church. It was a church festival, but there were no rides. there was just like a booth for food, and then, hey, we're going to try and get you to join our church.
Okay, so when we were growing up, we had St. Al's Festival.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I got stuck on a ride, which is probably partially why I'm terrified of heights. So I was stuck upside down, and that was the land of no seatbelts back in the day.
Oh,
so
sure.
I was like this, trying to hang on to because we were upside down, basically.
Nice.
And then there was a beer tent. So that's the kind of church festival that like I remember. Like your parents went to the beer tent. They gave you some quarters to go buy like some ride tickets. You went on the ride. You threw up on some like cotton candy. And then your parents like stumbled over and like, all right, kid, let's go home from the beer tent. And you walked home because nobody tried to make you into a cult. Do you remember those little CDs though? The mini CDs?
Yeah.
For like a hot second. There was somebody that really, like at the time, I think liked me, and they made me like this little mini CD, and I think they like wrote in Sharpie on it, but then scribbled out the part about like, I like you or whatever. I never listened to it.
Oh, spicy. Spicy.
It probably sucked.
You were in Greendale.
This was after that.
Oh, it was after that?
This was after that,
This is after that.
I know.
Right.
So, yeah. And then after that, we have Top 8, which is...
Oh, MySpace.
MySpace, yeah. So that one is actually directly tied to Burn, and popularity can be killer, let's say.
Damn.
Yeah. Creature Feature, which is the one I think that you would have the most fun with, which is don't close up a Blockbuster by yourself after hours.
Oh, sure.
And
I often did that.
Right. I know. And it was so fun to just like have that memory of, it's a Friday night. You're going to the Blockbuster. You're probably going to get like a couple of candies, like snow caps for mine.
Sure.
Because I'm not a candy person, but like some snow caps I can get down with, or like peanut M&Ms. And you got to like pick out one movie. And especially if it was newer, you had to go and maybe it wouldn't even be there. And you're like, all right, I guess that's not what I'm watching now. And you had no idea really what these movies are about. You had to like read the back of them and be like, okay, well, this is what's happening. And there's none of that now.
Sure.
So this like pulled on my nostalgia strings so hard, but that's the one I think that would really do it for you. Fuzzballs, Webkinz. Webkinz were a stuffed animal that had like an online life that you were involved in. And that was a little bit after our time. My daughter had Webkinz. So like she had those. But that story was probably the saddest of the book. Like stuffed animals as a crutch for like neglect, and adults relying on technology to fill in the gaps of what they weren't doing. Which I think is like a very good allegory for like your iPad kids. Like, oh, here's an iPad and
sure.
I don't have time to interact with you. I have both parents work, 2 incomes plus extra are needed. So here's an iPad, kid. Like just watch some YouTube videos of like Annoying Orange. And then that's what's raising our kids. So Murmur. This one's hard to describe in a vocal or visual or non-visual medium. So do you remember like early texting culture where you kind of you had your own little language where it was like, capitalizations and like really abbreviated words to try and make like whole sentences because the adults couldn't figure it out? Well, that's this, but...
Well, also you were pressing 1 1.
Right. Yes,
3
you had to shorten
3 3.
it.
Yeah.
You had to create like a weird like cipher and you paid by the text.
Right.
Like you couldn't just have conversations.
10 seconds. What is it? 10 cents a text?
It's something. And then after 9 though, calls were free.
Yeah.
For a hot minute until you reached your number, and you could run out of text. Like you could run out of how many texts you could
those
send.
were all network limitations.
Right. And if you
and
went
all of
over,
that was solved by the BlackBerry.
Yeah. I did have a BlackBerry.
Yeah.
I had to have one for work at some point. So, but this one, Murmur, it's all about that exact text culture, that unreadable kind of shorthand. And a lot of the story is written in that. And it was like, I remembered, it was so easy for me to slip back into knowing exactly what those words were. So that kind of astonished me. But what if it wasn't just slang? What if that was a language? So that was really cool. Pond. Yeah, yep. Pond. That one is definitely just parasocial.
I like that you looked at me to be like, am I saying this right?
I know. Because I've only ever read it. Nobody ever says these words. And that's the thing with a lot of these.
Pond.
Right. But that's these internet terms, nobody ever says them. They read them on a screen. So that one's all about parasocial relationships taken to the extreme. Doxing, which is very prescient to our times, swatting, that kind of stuff. And that started way back then, which is interesting. And now it can be used for good or evil.
Sure.
Odd bodies. The only thing I can say about this one, I'm so happy to use this phrase. Biblically accurate Furbies.
I mean, that just sells the book right there.
I know. If you had to take one thing away from this book, biblically accurate Furbies.
Yes.
This makes me happy. I never had a Furby because I thought they were creepy. And I don't think you were older, so you didn't have a Furby, obviously. I don't think you did.
Oh, I had a Furby for a hot minute.
Did you?
Yeah, because you could hack them.
You know what? That was actually going to be my next thought, is that you would have hacked it.
Oh, it was evil little Furby guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing evil little Furby things. But here's the Jeffy that grew up on a Teddy Ruxpin that made it do AC/DC on a consistent basis.
Weird shit in my Teddy Ruxpin.
Oh, yeah.
And I would sit in my closet and do
God,
that too.
I need a Teddy Ruxpin.
I was a weirdo. So I would literally sit in my closet and I made a little nest in there. We didn't have the internet when we were kids and we had to be weird to entertain ourselves. So I sat in my closet with a Teddy Ruxpin and put every weird tape I could find into that thing. So it would be bop, 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 and it would make that clicking noise. Just the mouth clicking all the time.
We need to get a Teddy Ruxpin to bring for Goth Barge and put all kinds of crazy
Make it sing military fashion show or something.
Yeah. Something absolutely absurd.
Oh my God, that would be fantastic. And then it ends with Meme Queen, the finale. It's a combination between, you remember when chain letters transitioned from actual letters in the mailbox to email? And it was send this to 10 friends. I was never part of a chain. Well, no, I never did it, but I would get them. Whereas sometimes you got them in your mailbox, send this to 10 friends or you're going to die,
Sure.
And then combine that with the back rooms. And I love the back rooms. The back rooms is a big fascination of mine. And I think it's from Maze Wars back in the DOS days where it gave you kind of those backroom vibes.
Sure.
So, and I think there is now he's older, but there's a 19-year-old that did a whole series of backroom things on YouTube. And A24 actually picked him up to do some kind of film on
Is it A24 or A24?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I just read it. I don't care. Tell us.
You tell us.
Argue about it in the comments. Should it be 24 or 24? But they picked him up and, were hey, you direct these backroom things. And so I'm excited for that to come out too.
Yeah.
So that's the rundown of the short stories. I was highly entertained. And I've been having a fixation on I don't usually watch TV and I don't usually like series, but I've been obsessed with this one series and I don't even know if it exists anymore and it has nothing to do with anything. It's not it's just a survival show.
Right.
So anything that this brought me out of that. Wow. And brought me right back to our early days of, our parents taking our phones away from us or our pagers. I think I had 3 different cell phones taken away from me in high school.
See, I never even had a cell phone in high school. My parents
didn't know that I had one. And then when they found out, they took it away. And that's how I kept losing them.
Sure.
So, and yeah, that was great. I was grounded for a whole year that one time.
When I was a busboy at Chi-Chi's. At Chi-Chi's.
Okay, Chi-Chi's still has the best fried ice cream that has ever been created.
Sure.
Nobody else. What are you doing with
and a lot of good stuff.
What are you doing with cornflakes? What is everyone doing with fucking cornflakes? I don't want cornflakes. Deep fry that. This is the Midwest. Fix it.
Yes.
Anyways.
So instead of taking my money that I made as a busboy and getting a cell phone like everybody I knew was doing, I went around and went to Half Price Books and bought really old goth music.
Right. And everyone just came to you. And that's kind of now still the same thing. Everybody just comes to you.
Yeah.
So, but that,
which is funny because I would rip those CDs.
Right. And burn them, right?
Burn them. And then...
when I was in a band, I remember like staying up so late because it took so long to burn each CD. And I literally had to burn all the CDs that we were like trying to give people or make people buy. And it took forever.
Yeah.
Everything. So that's something too that like people that are younger than us don't realize how much time everything took. Everything took forever. So next time you're waiting for like a page to load or like the Taco Bell line or whatever it is, everything took like 5,000 years.
Yeah.
And you just had to sit there because there wasn't anything to scroll. You were looking at like a dentist magazine.
And now anyone who's just standing there, just like standing there waiting in line, looks like a psychopath. So you like even if you're not looking at your phone, you need to look at your phone so you don't look like a psycho.
And I've been thinking this because I booked myself a vacation solo. And I was like, okay, when I'm in a restaurant, because I overthink everything. I'm like, when I'm in a restaurant, I can't just sit there alone and eat my food because that's weird. Somebody's going to think I'm going to like do something horrible. I have to actually probably bring a book or scroll or whatever. And
I usually have the waitress come around and she's usually going like, hey, bucko, you doing okay?
Nobody does that.
And it's like, I'm literally having lunch. Can you... I'm fine.
Nobody checks on me.
Oh, I get checked on.
Well,
I look like the lonely man, apparently.
I am unapproachable, apparently. So
how am I the approachable one?
You know what? That's the funny thing. And we brought this up before where everyone thinks that you're the asshole, but like I'm the asshole in a lot of ways. But like we're both, sweethearts at our core.
Yeah.
But like, prickly sometimes.
Yeah. Where you just have
it's
more
a good
prickles.
yin and yang. Yeah. Like, well, my prickles are about certain things and your prickles are about like opposite things. So it kind of works.
Yeah.
We can be prickly about different things and then the rest of the world survives. Because I think if we were prickly about the same stuff all the time, people would have a bad time.
They would have a bad time.
So I want to talk a little bit about the author though, because I love her.
Do it.
So Kassidy Van Gundy, so she is what she calls a zillennial. So instead of like zennial, where it's like the Gen X and millennial, which is like where I am, this is the same cusp, but Gen Z and millennial. So the oldest Gen Z you could have would be like her kind of space, like where she grew up. So she grew up where like, it's the early to mid 2000s that she's growing up and interacting with all these different technologies. And it really was kind of interesting to see how somebody interpreted that was like just the right step before us, basically. Like they came in, computers were already ubiquitous. It's not like with us, like there wasn't computers for the most part, like not in your home. And this was the first generation that really had computers around them and technology around them all the time. She grew up in South Bend, Indiana. So there wasn't like anything to do other than just be chronically online. The really cool thing about her is she actually did a master's thesis on internet culture, which I was like, this is insane. Like, who does their thesis on internet culture?
Right.
So it was called Okay Boomer, Memes and Public Diplomacy's Struggle to Stay Connected in the Digital Age. Like, that is a lot.
Yeah.
Like, that is a lot. And I want to read it. So I hope I'll just message her and be like, can I have a copy of this? I want to read it. But I thought it was really, really cool. Like, she is a full embracing of the chronically online, but in a positive way, not in the detrimental way.
Sure.
There also are more of these. So she's got another collection already, which is another Cursed Images, which is Social Media Madness. So that's kind of later.
And she's writing all these stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not like an anthology where like other people are contributing. This is all her.
Right.
And it's really, really fun. So Social Media Madness, that focuses more on the 2010s, like, Facebook came out in 2009, I think, right?
Ish.
Yeah. So this is like right when social media starts. And every iteration of the Cursed Images are going to be focusing on a different decade. So I don't think she said this publicly yet, but she told me that there is a new one. She's just finishing it now, and she's waiting for some cover art. But she's doing Cursed Images channel surfing, which is 90s focused.
Sure.
Which I think we're going to have a really good time with, too. She described it to me as a cross between The X-Files and Nickelodeon.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Like, how cool is that? So, like, analog TV, late night weirdness, and like childhood programming. So I just thought that was really, 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 really cool. I am excited to see more from her. But
so if you're somebody who really likes this, if you're somebody that is interested in this, what kind of subgenre is this?
So
like, what do we consider
this? Pink horror.
Oh.
Right. So pink
sounds nasty.
So pink horror is a subgenre that
I like a pink horror.
Damn it, Jeffy. All right, drinking game. I said, damn it, Jeffy. We only got one. We're off our game. Like, we're too, so
we both came to the table tonight.
Like, we're so done.
So sleepy.
I feel like we say that every time, though.
Yeah, but this time I think we were both.
We were both very, very sleepy. So pink horror, though. So pink horror takes things that are like traditionally cute and feminine and like and turns them on their head. Makes them unsettling.
So kind of like The Substance.
Yes, a little bit. A little bit, not fully on, though. Like, like almost like biblically accurate Furby, where it's like, like, is this supposed to be cute? And the fact that we're making it evil, or not evil in this case, is the disturbing part about it, which is really cool. Generally, pink horror is considered to be like by women as well. Mm-hmm. So, but that it doesn't have to be that way.
Sure.
Like, it's an inclusive space. So, but it doesn't really rely on like a high gore factor. So when we did Poison Pink, and that was like very, very gore filled, like that was some extreme horror goodness, right?
Sure.
This one relies more on like the familiarity and the nostalgia and turning that on its head. Like, it's really more of like a Twilight Zone with Tamagotchis.
Sure.
And I was so thrilled about it. Like, I was very, very excited.
I love that.
Do you want to know if you'd survive?
Yes. What are my survival odds?
Okay. All right. So I don't quantify it like you do, because I know you're all percents and everything, and I'm not. So I actually think that I will have a danger zone in this one.
Okay. I
would probably fall victim to the Webkinz story. Because I love stuffed animals. And there was a point in my adult life where I was like, hey, you know what? Like, I could kind of like, maybe I could get a stuffed animal because like I need kind of like a neck thing and whatever in this thing. And then I just realized, I'm like, I am an adult and I can buy whatever I want. And I got a stuffed animal. And now like I just get stuffed animals if I like them. And I like them. Buff Frog. I have Buff Frog, which is from, Rin actually had her friend in the UK send that over. And it's a frog with like a big like 6-pack. Like, so that's Buff Frog.
Sure.
I gave Brett a little frog of his own, like a frog stuffy for Christmas this year.
We got a little frog right here. Look at that.
Yeah, exactly.
That was your Christmas present.
Yeah, like look at him.
Look at that guy.
And you got to put him like under the armpit.
Yeah, look at this guy.
Yay! Yeah. And you know what? I should have you put on. I sent the chat a picture of one of my frogs. I have a spaceship little thing in one of their cages, and it looked like it was piloting the spaceship. It was so great. I was Peppers, one of my milk frogs. But I would definitely fall victim to like, hey, you want to come hang out with us in stuffed animal land? Be like, yes, I do. Especially if everything else was not great. I'd be like, yeah, take me to stuffed animal land.
Yeah.
On the flip side, though, like the Furby one, I would not be at risk because I would have never bought the thing in the first place because I thought they were creepy back then. I would never own one now. So I would be safe from there. For you, though, your danger zone is obviously creature feature with Blockbuster. So you would be the first one to you would stay after closing, no problem.
For sure.
You have a lack of fear.
Yeah.
So you would stay far past the point of no return.
Yeah.
And if some
hey, that looks like a demon. What's up with that door, demon?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to check out that door.
Right. And if some cutie was like, do you have recommendations for me?
Oh, yeah.
You're done. You're done. You totally...
Wait, I'm sorry. A cute woman wants to talk to me about movies?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
You're done.
Yeah, I'm in.
You're eaten. You're done.
Yeah, I'm in.
You're toast. However, the Tamagotchi story, you would have no problem surviving that one because you would have just hacked the thing in the first place.
Yeah.
So that's our survival odds.
It would feed me.
Exactly. Yeah. You'd never be in danger because it would be like, hey, feed me. And you'd be like, nope. Yeah. Hacked. Just hacked right now. So shelf neighbors.
Shelf neighbors.
Yes. So there are actually quite a few books that I think would actually satisfy if you like this. There's Night of the Mannequins by Stephen Graham Jones. There's some Stephen Graham Jones books that I really like The Buffalo Hunter, and others that I'm not a huge fan of. You just his stories are so diverse.
Yeah.
You kind of got to find your groove with them. We Had to Remove This Post by Hannah Bervolets. Scanlines by Todd Kiesling. And then Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke by Eric LaRocca, which I would love to do something by him at some point too. Is not something for people who want just high action or don't like nostalgia, or they want a high gore fest. It's not a slasher, it's not a gore fest. This is nostalgia driven dread.
Sure.
Basically. So, and other than that, trigger warnings. This one, self-harm, suicide, mental health. There's teens involved. Cyberbullying obviously is a whole thing, but the dog doesn't die because there are no dogs.
Fair.
So no dogs die, which I think is great.
We like that.
We like that. So very quickly, tell us what's going on.
Oh, man. We released Prom.
Yay, we got Prom.
Prom is coming up. So we got a special prom. It's a 2-day prom. 2-day prom on Friday the 13th, followed directly by Valentine's Day, which is a super...
That's the gothiest Valentine's Day ever.
I know. So we had to split it into 2 days because Mad Planet, it only fits 350 people. Yeah. So the lines were getting really upsetting.
It's February, so you don't want people in their cool clothes standing in line forever.
Right.
So we split it into 2
And you never know
nights.
what the weather is.
Right. Yeah. Last year we had a blizzard, but it was still packed because it's Milwaukee.
Yep.
We plow our streets. We all know how to deal with this. So.
And we last year we really had a decision to make. We could either go to a big corporate venue, or we could stay Love Light and independent. Yeah, and that's what we decided to do.
Stay at our heart, which is Mad Planet.
Exactly.
Sure. So, but we have also boats coming up.
Yeah, we got boats. So we're gonna have boats throughout the season again. We're looking into New Orleans again. We're looking at Cleveland. Blood Barge. That was a really good one. Yeah. So we'll probably have another Blood Barge down in New Orleans as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff. But Sam, what do you got going on?
All right. So
I'm very excited about this.
I just signed the contract for the next Spooky Frog Book Fair. It is happening. I want to do spring and fall. So I just signed the contract on May 16th.
I love it.
So I'm going to put a teaser out there. By the time you see this episode, that teaser should be out there. Authors, vendors, applications will be opening soon, and I will put out a link for that. And then I will do the official public announcement. But if you're watching this, you get the secret stash of knowing when it actually is going to be. So I will put out everything about that. We still have to kind of figure out themes and all that, but it's going to be bigger and spookier than ever.
I like big and I like spooky.
I like big and spooky.
Next episode.
Yeah. Oh, so
this is our book club.
Now it's
we hope you enjoy your book club pick. Now the next week is going to be movie club.
I'm so excited.
And we're going to do more hot vampires.
Yes.
If you thought you didn't have enough hot vampires last week,
here's more hot vampires.
More hot vampires.
Cry Little
Clean,
Sister is
shaven,
one of my favorites.
Hot vampires.
Are they really clean shaven?
Shaved.
Nobody shaved in the 80s.
Everybody shaved in the 80s.
Okay, on their faces maybe.
Yeah, 80s and 90s was smooth face.
On their faces, yes.
Yeah.
Nothing else was shaved. So we're going to end this real quick. No, we're not doing it, but Anyways, Lost Boys.
Lost Boys, yay!
The soundtrack is fantastic. So
Cry Little Sister.
I love that. I love every
Sleep
time you
all
play
day,
that.
party all night.
Yes.
It's fun to be a vampire.
Oh, the greased up squiddly diddly
squiddly diddly.
Saxophone.
That's right.
He was here, and our wonderful friend Christina got to be within like
she was actually laying on the couch.
Sliming distance.
She was on the couch, and I messaged her. I'm like, "What are you doing, woman?
Oh my
Get
God,
here!"
I love this.
And then she came in, and she was.
Didn't she get?
She got slimed.
She got slimed.
She got slimed.
So, anyways, we're gonna leave you with "Getting Slimed" by the Lost Boys.
Alrighty.
Join our cult. Comment, subscribe, like, share it, all of that stuff. Join the Patreon because join the Patreon. There's extra stuff that you get. We got stickers and all sorts of other stuff. Other than that,
that's it. All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.